Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, woohoo, 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 woohoo. Okay, so how are you doing? How are you doing this afternoon or evening or whatever it is time for you? Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share it and then I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back, I'm going to share it, I'm going to be back, I'm going to share it, I'm going to be back. Let's do this thing really quickly. Where are we? I'm going to talk about something that has taken me in, or did take me in, for a very, 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 very long time. I'll be back in. Hey. So let's carry on. Woo! So this was something, actually I was just talking a little bit about it in the Delaware Millionaire Fast Track Club, and I just thought I had to actually come and speak to you guys about this as well. And it was something that took me in for a heck of a long time, a very, very long time, where I felt, actually before we carry on, this is the Church of RNK. My name is Rosemary Nonny Knight, and I am pleasured? It is a pleasure to have you here in my world, and I would love you to say hello. Tell me who you are, tell me where you're streaming in from, and then I'm just going to share this a little bit more, and we'll make a start. Woo-hoo-hoo! I have a song for you as well. I have an affirmation that we're going to be leaving here with. Give me a second here. Okay. So this is something, as a spiritual person, and I'm assuming that you are as well, it was something that took me in for a very long time, and I lived very differently from the way I do right now because of this thing. And in fact, before we make a start, as I said, this is the Church of RNK. My name is Rosemary Nonny Knight, and I want to... What do I want to do? I want you to say hello. Yeses, amens, absolutely acceptable in the comments. Come on, let's get this show on the road. But this is our affirmation for today. And I want to sing it now because I might forget the tune. Okay. I deliberately designed my life. I deliberately designed my life. I deliberately design my life. I do. So that is it. I deliberately design my life. I do. I deliberately design my life. 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 I do. Because for a very, 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 very long time, thanks for the heart, I did not deliberately design my life. And why? Now, seeing that I'm someone who right now, currently, let me just throw it out there. I completely believe that the spiritual person should be in control of the world. Yes. All spiritual people should be they should rule the world. That is my thinking. Basically, why? Because we have access to incredible wisdom, and we need to just kind of put it out there in the world. However, what I do see is not that case, okay? I don't see that in the world today. I see leaders who are just kind of, who knows what they're doing, basically, and we all have to go along with it. But you know what? Guess what? They are there, they are speaking, so I have nothing to say against them, because the truth of the matter is that they're doing what others are choosing not to do. And so it's all right to complain, but it's another thing to actually step up and do something about it, and that's part of what I'm saying here. Now, what took me in for a very, very long time and kind of kept me away from financial freedom, kept me away from any kind of freedom in any area of my life, was this thing, and it's possibly very much happening. Sorry, my daughters were popping and staring at me. I wanted to make sure they didn't need me for anything. This is possibly something that affects you. What is it? It is that thinking that there is some kind of spiritual magic bullet, that if you pray hard enough, affirm long enough, raise your hands to the heaven, turn up at your spiritual organization enough times, listen to the preacher person or the whoever it is, and for some of y'all, maybe you don't go to church. For all of y'all that do go to church, particularly you guys, man, I know you well, because I was you, I am you, basically, where there's somebody at the front talking to you, telling you about, and you come away from that, if you're very blessed, of course, if you belong to the really wrong place, then you come away feeling even worse than you did before you went in there. But if you belong to a really cool church, you come away feeling really inspired and everything, but you come back the next week and nothing has changed. But you do not have the courage to actually admit to the fact that nothing has changed, because that would be admitting that you are not feeling full of faith. But you've been feeling full of faith, or you've been trying to anyway, for a very, very long time, but nothing is actually changing for you, and you're not yet willing to admit it. So you're still waiting for that spiritual magic bullet, thinking that somehow if you keep turning up, you keep doing what some person told you on the TV, maybe TBN or something. I still remember watching loads and loads and loads of different people, and it's like, oh my God, yes, 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 this is gonna work, absolutely. It did not. It did not. It did not. It did not. And I finally found the courage to actually admit this. Now, some of y'all are not Christian. You're just spiritual. You're some kind of generic spiritual, basically. And that is all great. That is awesome. But this is it. You still do the exact same thing, except yours is maybe Wayne Dyer or Louise Hay, basically, or something. You have your own person as well, your own spiritual leader who you kind of look up to, who you listen to what they're saying, and great, and there's nothing wrong with any of this stuff. Nothing wrong with this at all. This is not what I'm saying. What I am saying, however, is that you are having this expectation inside of you that if you just do the easy stuff, really, which is the let's journal, okay? And it's not always easy, actually. It takes some discipline to do this on a regular basis, because most people don't actually do it consistently. But let's affirm, let's write out all our awesome affirmations. Let's go over to their Facebook page. There's great quotes on there, great stuff. Let's get stuck into this stuff. Let's pray. Let's even sing some songs. Let's really do all of this stuff. And honey, I did all of that stuff. I still do it. I'm not even diminishing it. I'm not even diminishing it. The problem is this, that there is this subtle thing inside of you, just like that was inside of me, that was enough. That, because, okay, if you were brought up in church, I don't know what it is anywhere else, okay, I'm just going to talk about what I'm familiar with. You're brought up in a certain environment where everybody's telling you how that there's a vision for you, and there's a this on your life, and there's a that on your life, and and the people come up and speak words of life and encouragement over you. I wasn't even brought up completely through that, but from when I was about 17 till about now, that has been my life, and I've always known anyway, even when I was like a really young child, that there was something that I was called to, and you've known it too. And because you're spiritual, you've always sought out spirit, universe. You've sought that feeling of connection with all things around you and source and all of that stuff. You keep waiting. Guys, say hello, say hello, say hello. I want to know who you are. Yes is amens. This is the Church of RNK. I am Rosemary Nonny Knight, and I want to hear from you guys as well, okay? So are you hearing what I'm saying? Is it actually resonating with you? Or am I talking completely nonsense? I know I'm not talking nonsense anyway, but I want to hear from you guys. So put something in the comments. Tell me where you're streaming in from or anything. Speak to me. Anyway, we listen to these people. We read the books. We feel in our spirits this, yes, this is right. Basically, this is right. But then you go back home or you carry on with your life and nothing changes. It's almost like, yeah, you've heard about the law of attraction. You've heard about all of this awesome, amazing stuff, but it seems to work for everybody else because everybody's telling you about their testimonies and their stories and case studies about how this worked and that worked for that person and the other person, and somebody's standing at the front telling you their story of how you're sitting outside Tower of London. It is a lovely evening, isn't it? Very cool. How are you doing, Stuart? But anyway, people are telling you their stories of how they've overcome, how they did this particular trick thing here and didn't really do any work. Well, they gloss over that part of the story, of course, and they just tell you about the result. They tell you about the result. And so there's a part of you that begins to think either that maybe God doesn't like you, basically, because for whatever reason, things don't get better for you. They seem to go from bad to worse if you're honest about it, but you can't be honest about it, because to be honest about it in your spiritual circle is to admit that you are somehow faithless, basically, and you don't want to admit that. So therefore, you just keep not getting anywhere. You keep getting nowhere, waiting for some kind of spiritual magic bullet to come and save the day. Or if you're really seriously Christian, you might actually completely refuse to live out the vision on your, well, when I say seriously Christian, I don't even know if that's true, but you kind of have some strange ideas. You've been told, in fact, that if you wait long enough, Jesus will come and the world will end, so you don't have to try. Basically, because what's the point then? The world is going to end, the world's going to implode. Why bother? Okay, I never completely went into that way of thinking. And I'm not even saying this to diminish your faith or to diminish what you believe, but come on, let us be honest about the results you're not getting living this way. Let us be honest about the fact that yes, you've come through a lot of stuff, but you're still not quite living the vision that you have inside of you. And why? Because you are waiting for something external to you to come and save the day. And that thing isn't coming. The thing you're waiting for is actually internal. And Spirit has already spoken, given you the vision, planted people to tell you about it. You now need to move. Whenever you catch yourself, and I have to do this, and I had to do this, I still do this, catch myself thinking, oh no, if I just pray a little bit more, then things will work out. And you don't even say it like that. I wish I could even use the correct words to get across to you what I'm saying here. Maybe it's you, maybe it's me, what? Maybe it's me that did what? Exactly. Oh, me, the external thing. Maybe, but maybe the external thing is trying to tell you to listen to your internal thing. And move. But I have to catch myself time and time again where I think that if I just throw a prayer up to the heavens, if I just write a few or 10 or 20 million affirmations down, that somehow my external life will change without me doing anything other than throwing a prayer up to the heavens. I am all for mindset work, all for it. I'm all for discipline in your mind. I am all for that. I'm all for praying. I'm all for affirming. I'm all for all of the spiritual practices and disciplines. But if you only do the very passive ones, hoping that somehow, you know, if I pray long and hard enough, maybe it's God will speak to somebody else's heart so that they just kind of start the business for me, and then they give me the money as well, basically. Or I've been in churches where this happens, where people actually stand up and give a testimony about the fact that, oh, they went to their bank account and suddenly there was £10,000 had appeared in their bank account. Now, you know what? I am all for miracles. I am not even saying that cannot happen. But if your whole life is dependent on, oh, maybe you will have one day found, or you find that somehow the bank will make a mistake in your favor, and and then suddenly your financial problems will now be over for all time. If that's what you're hoping and banking on, oh my goodness, seriously, then there's trouble, man. There's trouble. If that is what you're banking on, and I know a lot of people do that, and sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's subtle. It's not that you actually even tell yourself that this is what you're waiting for. It's just that you're not taking any action. So I can see from your life that there's a part of you that is kind of thinking that it will all just happen without you actually moving. And can I tell you right now that even the pastors you're listening to, the Wayne Dyers you're listening to, the Louis Hayes, everybody you're listening to, they did hustle. They may not call it hustle. But the reason why you are listening to them is because they got off their awesome asses and they wrote a heck of a lot of books for some of them. They preached a hell of a lot of sermons. They put it everywhere. They did the work. The physical work, as well as the mental, spiritual disciplines and all of that stuff. And I missed that for such a long time. I kind of knew it because, you know what, to become a pharmacist or whatever, you can't just really sit there doing nothing. Ultimately, PTSD, resolution, and phobias masterclass. Cool, enjoy. To become a pharmacist, I couldn't just sit there doing nothing, for sure. So I'm very aware of the concept of doing work in order to get results, actually. But when it came to my purpose-driven thing, when it came to the vision and the mission and all that stuff that felt more woo-woo kind of, my calling, all of that stuff, I somehow thought that that was different and I needed to wait for some more permission and some more something in order for me to get the results that I wanted, that somehow God would just do it. I'd open my eyes and it was done. I would be doing the call of my life and it was all, you know, I could then tell the testimony about how, oh, it was like magic. The miracle happened and blah, 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 blah. Except that kind of thing never happens to me. Actually, that's a belief. I remove that. Good things always happen to me. Basically. But this is it, guys. Seriously. Are you doing that? Can you be honest with yourself? Are you doing that? Are you passively not designing your life at all? Or are you choosing to make a deliberate decision to create a life, a business that you desire? You already have the picture of what you want to create in your lifetime. Are you actively doing it like Stuart seems to be doing it over there? Basically, he seems to be trying to up his skills. Is that why you're there in London? Are you actively putting yourself out into the marketplace every single day, deciding that it's not enough for me to have a vision, it's not enough for me to have potential, it's not enough for me to have a calling. I have to actually act on it. Yes, pray. Yes, affirm. Yes, do all of that stuff. Get your mind in the right place. Absolutely. But if that's all you're doing, that's all you get. Your mind in the right place, but your actual results, they won't be there. Let's have a sing song. Let's see if I remember it. I deliberately design my life. I deliberately design my life. I deliberately design my life. I do, and again. I deliberately design my life. I deliberately design my life. I deliberately design my life. I think that we particularly, I live in London. Oh yeah, that's true, you do live in London. But upskilling for sure. Excellent, that's true, I forgot you live in London. But this is it, guys. It's not enough to be the most disciplined spiritual person on the planet. It's not enough to be the most mindset-y person on the planet. You actually also have to be willing to take action. And sometimes it's uncomfortable action. I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but check yourself. Check yourself. Because this waiting for the spiritual magic bullet, it's not obvious. It's just when you don't take that little extra step because you're kind of thinking that somehow spirit will fill the gap in for you. And and unfortunately, actually, sometimes you listen to enough spiritual people, you listen to your preacher person or whatever, it actually kind of sounds a little bit like that. Like there was no action taken, there was just a whole lot of prayer and somehow everything worked. You know, wells were built in the third world by prayer alone. Really? I don't think so. You want to impact the world massively, there's going to be a heck of a lot of action being taken in order for you to create financial freedom for yourself so that you can then go on to do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, you can create financial freedom whilst living out the calling on your life. You can figure out how to monetize that. Absolutely you can, but you have to be very active about this. I've heard of people that they've created albums, okay? And you know what? Even I have to whack myself upside the head around this as well. They created albums and such. It was actually a friend. And they created an album and it was like, in the end, couldn't quite get anybody to buy it. And so decided, I'm going to give it all away. And it's like, oh, well, maybe God wasn't in it. It had nothing to do with whether God was in it. Of course, God was in it. God was in it. It's just like you didn't build an audience. You didn't build an audience. Are you doing that too? There you are, you want to write books, or maybe you have books. You have music, you have art, you have you want to put products together, or you have products, or you're thinking of what you can do to kind of impact lots of people, but then you create the product itself, but then you can't seem to sell it. And instead of telling yourself or realizing that you're not marketing it appropriately, you tell yourself, oh, maybe it's not the right time, maybe Spirit didn't want me to do it yet, oh, maybe this, maybe that, and maybe the other, and oh, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, maybe that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. No, that's giving yourself an out. That's giving yourself an out from actually figuring out what every entrepreneurial kind of person needs to figure out, which is, how can I monetize what I'm doing here? How can I get that first customer? How can I get that next customer, that next client? How can I keep making this happen over and over again? It is what every person who wants to impact the world is going to have to do, including your pastor person. At some point, they had to figure out, how do I get that first parishioner or church member, and then the next one, and the next one, and how do I get some more people to come through? Everybody has to figure this stuff out, but then you somehow don't think you have to. Or maybe I'm not talking to you. I am talking to you. Maybe you think you somehow don't have to do this stuff because it's not the stuff that is emphasized, unfortunately, in spiritual circles. It's not. In spiritual circles, there always seems to be an element of magic and miracles. And I'm all for miracles and as much magic as possible, basically. But guess what? You are the magic. You are the magic. You are where the miracles are going to come from, because you did something. You actually learned how to put yourself out there. You learned how to ask people to take a move, make a move. You did it. You got the vision, you got the download, you knew what you needed to do, and then you started to actually do it. That is what's going to make the difference. And for me, that is definitely what made the difference, was suddenly waking up to the fact that if I sit here waiting forever for God to come and somehow make some miracle happen for me, I'm going to die and get to heaven, and he's probably going to say, did I not give you the vision? Why didn't you just live it out? Basically. And I'm going to say, but I was waiting for you to give me a miracle. Honey, you were the miracle. Be the miracle. Be the person that actually steps up and doesn't just keep waiting around for who knows what to come and save the day. You need to save the day for you. Okay, and I'm going to bring this to a close right now, and just, this is it, honey. Some of y'all are sitting on the fence, waiting for the spiritual magic bullet to come and somehow save the day. You feel a nudge inside of you that says, the magic bullet is right here, or it's right inside of you. You are the magic. And there's part of you that is still kind of listening to some sermon you heard about 20 years ago from some person you don't even know anymore, basically, and you're telling yourself, no, I need to wait for something. Enough waiting. Right now, tomorrow, we're starting Purpose-Driven Profits. It is for the purpose-driven. It is for the people with vision, with mission, with a calling. It is for you if you are ready to monetize that, rather than just keep pretending that there's going to be some miracle that isn't you. You are the miracle. You are the magic. How many times can I say this to you? You are the magic. You are the miracle. You need to learn how to put your stuff out there, or else nobody will ever hear of it. And I don't want to be negative. I don't like saying such things, but I have to also be real with you. I have to be true to you, because I am committed to you becoming financially independent and making a dent on the planet. That is my big goal for you. And my big goal for myself, that I reach as many people as possible and help them see that, especially spiritual people, the magic is actually inside of you. The same power that conquered the grave actually lives inside of you. You just need to tap into it and actually start putting it out there in the world. You need to learn some of the tactics that not regular people who don't think there's some kind of God knows what waiting for them or giving them some kind of external help. These are the things that people learn. They learn how to build an audience around themselves. They learn how to tell people about how they can help them very confidently, very boldly. They learn how to do this stuff. They learn how to put emails together so that their marketing is automated. They learn this stuff. They don't sit down just affirming this stuff. Okay? Great, we have incredible wisdom available to us, but that should mean that we succeed and prosper even more than people who do not acknowledge that. And if it is not the case, look at the face in the mirror There is a mirror over there. Look at the face in the mirror, because I tell you right now, it's not spirit, it's not source, it's not God that is holding you back. It is you. It is you thinking that something outside of you is going to come and save the day. Come and join me for Purpose-Driven Profits. Learn how to market yourself online. Learn how to get more customers, more clients, more recruits. Learn how to create a financially independent life. Learn how to then make a lot of money with your business within the next 18, 24 months, whatever. And then you put that into investment so that you have money coming over and over and over again. Learn this stuff. Okay, I'm not teaching you that in Purpose-Driven Profits, but it is definitely something you want to have. You want to make sure that whatever money is coming from your business, that you reinvest it. You don't spend the babies, you spend the babies of the babies of the babies. Do you know what I mean? So when you get that first stuff, you invest so that that money keeps recreating itself, and then you use that other money, or you even reinvest again, basically, until you get to a place where literally you do not have to work for another person the rest of your life. And honey, this stuff is learned. It is not taught at school. It is not taught in church. It is not taught by Wayne Dyer or Louise Hay or whoever it is that you follow right now. It's not taught by them, because that's not their call. And that's fine. What they teach is amazing. Great. Take it on board. But if you want to be financially independent and you want to live out the call on your life, and you want to do it, you want that your whole life to be about your calling rather than to be trying to fit it in the crevices of working for somebody else and all that kind of stuff, then honey, you have to learn how to build a business. I don't care whether you're books or music or art or whatever, you have to learn how to build a business. Even if you're ministry, you have to learn how to build a business. Because that is the only way that whatever you're trying to do is going to work. You can tell yourself, no, I'm somehow different, and, Spirit is definitely going to come through for me. He's coming through for you through my mouth. Right now, trying to get your attention. Trying to get you to see that you are the magic. The vision has been given. It is your permission to move forward. Now move your feet. Learn what needs to be learned. Learn to build an audience. Learn to automate your income. Learn how to get in front of people. Learn this stuff. Stop waiting for miracles. The miracles come on the path. They do not come whilst you're waiting to join the path. Right now, my invitation, in fact, right now, what I tell you very clearly to do is go over to Rosemary Nonny Knight. I'm going to type this out for you. RosemaryNonnyKnight.com/PDP. Go, look at the page, pull out your card, press the button, join it. Join it, because you need to learn how to monetize your calling. You need to learn this stuff. There is no spiritual magic bullet. You are the magic. You need to go right now to RosemaryNonnyKnight.com/PDP. Let me show you how to get more customers, more clients, more recruits online, how to put your books, your music, your art out there in front of people who want to hear from you. Basically, go right now to RosemaryNonnyKnight.com/PDP and join in. It is time to fight for, honeys, and deliberately design the life you are born to live, because you freaking want to. Okay? You really do want to. So stop waiting, stop procrastinating, stop thinking some miracle other than you is going to show up. You are the miracle. Stop giving away your time and your life to build other people's visions where you have a vision, a mission burning inside of you. It is time for you to take courage. Take courage. It's all around you anyway. It's already inside of you. And step forward and be willing to learn what you need to learn to move your life forward. It's RosemaryNonnyKnight.com/PDP. Go there right now. Click on the button. Whip out your card. Go to PayPal. Sort it out. Come and join us. Come and join us. Let me help you. Take what is inside of you, or take what you've already created, and actually get it into the hands of the people you are called to serve. It is time for you to create financial independence for you, for your family, and so that you're able to do more of the stuff that you know you're born to do. Anyway, let me just stop, or else I'll keep going forever. You need to learn how to promote yourself. And you are blessed to live in a day and age where you can do it so easily online. Let me show you how to do this. Okay, rosemarynonnynight.com/PDP. I look forward to working with you from tomorrow. So you need to move, man. You need to move. No more procrastination. Move, 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 move. Until the next time, it's been a pleasure. And I will speak to you in PDP, Purpose Driven Profits. The 8-week bootcamp to deliberately design a highly profitable online business in just 90 minutes a day without any technical skills, because I will help you with that, and with hardly any money. Because yes, I know you don't all have that much spare cash, but guess what? You can do a heck of a lot with very little, basically. So don't let any of those things stop you. It's rosemarynonnynight.com/PDP. I look forward to working with you. Until the next time, my honeys, deliberately design your life, okay? Until then, much love.